We've entered
second phase of the expansion.
Everguild.
I should have expected to find you holding
And you.
leash.
When are you going to make me into a full warlord?
You ruined every single event you were in. You were almost worse than Release Day Magnus. We're just going to give you to the Crucible mods to turn into something actually fun.
Dear God, no, Creed is a monster.
Princess.
A former art, or however you say it.
I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this
Expansion 50% complete.
no
Primarchs.
will dare oppose the Emperor now.
The more factions you release, the more people will call for buffs of the old factions.
Not after we demonstrate the power of this state.
Expansion. Everyone still talks about how broken Thousand Suns were at release. We intend to make the new faction seem awesome by smashing them, while walking back power creep by not making it strong versus anyone else.
I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home
Faction of the Thousand Suns.
No.
We've already been nerfed 5 times. Magnus did nothing wrong.
You will prefer another target?
An unnerfed faction.
Then name the
Faction.
How about the Iron Hands? No one plays them except Mortem, and he just complains about playing them.
True, we do love messing with Mortem.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusty
The Iron Hands are too weak.
to make an effective demonstration, but don't worry.
They will get eaten by power creep.
Soon enough.
No.
Uploading the expansion patch now. Time for booba. Step on me, mummy.
Greetings, Legionnaires, and welcome to another reveal season. This looks like it's going to be the Sisters of Silence, and I don't know a lot about them at all, actually. Not too down on their lore, but I do know, from what we've seen so far, they're going to be a bit of a hate faction. They don't seem to have any of their own unique keywords, or it's similar to the way the White Scars came out without anything particularly unique about them. But they do look like they're going to be a bit of a faction focused on hating on specific strategies or card types, or, for example, I hope you don't enjoy playing Thousand Suns too much, because if these guys hit the ladder in any kind of considerable meta, you might as well say goodbye to the Thousand Suns from the ladder. Also, hating on Chaos cards in general, which a lot of the tactics people use tend to come from the Chaos pool, so that diversifies them a bit more just less Thousand Suns hate and a bit more anti-Chaos. Who knows what we'll see in the future. Not going to see anything hate related from me. We're going to see a bit more of their general strategy. So, without much further ado, I've got here a common, a rare, and most importantly, a legendary. But I'm not hyped for them in that order, strangely enough. Let's have a look and see what I mean. So, we're starting off with the common, the White Falcons, a 4/4 for 4. But that's very boring, and power creep is a thing, so the Falcons, of course, can't just be a 4/4 for 4, a very reasonable stat line. It's got to have 2 abilities, both a flank and a rally. So, flank, very strong. You can be happy to have that on any card, because it means it can have some kind of impact on the board, guaranteed. But the rally is also very good. If there is an enemy with higher attack, gain sneak attack this turn, which is conditional, yes, for sure, and for sometimes this card is just a 4/4 flank. We've seen plenty of similar cards, 5/3 flanks and even 5/4 flanks. It loses out to those ones, but the potential for sneak attack, if you have a 5 or higher attack enemy troop on the board, this is 4 sneak attack damage, which for a common is really strong coming in at a flank. Really good card. We'll see, well, it should see plenty of play, because the potential there, the ceiling is very high. 4 free damage anywhere, and you'll leave a 4/4 body on the board. The floor is still really strong. You get to send out 4 damage into an enemy troop and hopefully delete it, or you get to influence the board at the very least. Up next we have a 4 energy tactic, and well, let's be completely honest, I like this card, but the flaw is it's a dead card. It's useless. Ceiling is very high. You need troops for it to work, because it gives to all your Sisters of Silence troops +2 attack, which doesn't go at the end of turn, so that's very strong. But you do need troops for it to work again. But you also get Sacrifice, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. This is really strong. For every single troop, you're paying 4 energy to get 4 damage. Potentially, if you play it at the right time, of course, acting on the board for this to work. But at the beginning of your turn, if you have troops alive and you can play this, every single troop has potential for 4 extra damage, minimum. If they're dying, and if they're not dying and they last for another turn, hey, they get extra. If you've got Bloodthirsty, you're getting an extra 6 or more. It's really powerful. The ceiling of this card is really high, and I'm excited for the possibilities. Last but not least, we have our legendary card. It's disappointing a little bit. For starters, 6 energy for 3/3. Okay, that's not great, obviously, so it must have more abilities, and there's a big wall of text over here. Let's have a look. So, Rally, draw 3 cards. Okay, we've seen plenty of draw 3 effects from various other factions, but there's the first one I've ever seen draw so many cards attached to a troop, a body that sits a table. And in fact, it's the only time I've ever seen draw at all with no conditions. The others have all been draw a vehicle or draw an Astartes or something. This is just pure draw. Is it worth it? I mean, 3/3 is worth 3 usually, 3 energy. Drawing a card's worth 1 energy. We also have this condition here, which is a good signal for how the devs expect us to be playing the Sisters, I guess. They're expecting us to have lots of troops in our decks. But does it make it worth it? I mean, on the 6 energy turn, do you want to be playing a 3/3 and getting 3 cards? Restocking is good. Restocking is good, but you're not influencing the board very much for a legendary card. It's a little disappointing, I think. The healing is good in that it affects your entire board. If you get at least a troop or 2, you know, you should be able to heal up the cards you played before then, the 4 drop, the 5 drop. They should be being healed up a bit, which lets them hit in again, hopefully. But will it be enough to justify the cost? Random's never, well, I shouldn't say never. I mean, everyone plays dev sats after all. It's been playable from the very beginning. But random can be a deal breaker sometimes. I mean, if you're expecting the heal as part, if you're relying on the heal, it can be disappointing to miss out here. And it's not like we haven't seen draw 3 before on a troop. I mean, there's the Wordbearer's troop, which is an 8/8 for 9 and draw 3, and then discount those troops. That's a lot better in a way, because, well, not in a way, it's a lot better, definitely. He's getting an 8/8 body for 9 energy, and then for that extra 1 point of energy, he's basically getting 3 cards, which you know will be troops and will be discounted. You know, seems like that could be a lot more reliable and a lot more effective and a lot more what I expect a legendary card to do. A legendary 3/3 on the 6 energy turn, you're not excited to see the troop. It's a bit more pressure for sure, and it's helping you restock, which is really, as I say, signposting you towards, it looks like the Sisters should be trying to get a whole bunch of cheap troops on the table, small bodies, and then hitting in with high attack values that they're boosting each other up with. Will it work? Maybe. It's a bit hard to see, but I'm not super excited for this legendary. I'm more excited for the flanker, and I'm more excited for the tactic, which will be a bit of a finisher. I mean, if you can if you can put down 2 of those in one turn on turn 8, that's and you have 3 troops on board, let's say, that's an extra 6 attack, 6 sacrifice twice. That could be an explosive amount of damage. This thing, 3, 4, 6, with an extra 3. It's helping you restock, of course. As I said, I'm spinning my wheels on this. I want to like it. I like the idea of drawing so many cards. Is it worth it? I don't know. As I said, I'm spinning my wheels here in circles, trying to talk myself into it, but I can't get too excited for it. We'll see on the day, I guess. Let's see how it goes. We can be surprised by these things, but I'm more excited for the lower values. Hopefully the devs buff this one. I don't think it would break the game being a 4/4, something higher in stats. Oh well, let's see. Anyhow, I'm signing off here, and I'll catch you guys around. See you all in the game, my friends.